Alright, so for the first map, we're going to be doing Basement Oregon. This is going to be a basic setup, basic site setup. First thing you're going to do, you're going to make 3 in rotation into a There we go. Second thing you're going to do, make rotation into a loop. Once we have done that, come over here, past tarps all the way in here. Then you're going to make holes here, and then holes here, and then reinforce this. Make sure to reinforce this to protect people who are trying to push blue. You can come over here and then make holes right here for people on stairs, stair control. One of the most important things you're going to want to do is reinforce freezer. Reinforcing freezer makes it extremely difficult for them to push site and plant and get site control. Very crucial step. And that should be the basic site setup. You can also barricade this if you want, it's preference. Yeah. One thing you could do, depending on the strategy you're doing, is you could go upstairs and, of course, barricade this hatch. It all depends on the strategy you're doing, though. It is very smart to do it in most scenarios, but it's all up to you guys. So, yeah, that's the first one. Okay, for top floor, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make rotation right here. Okay, once you made the rotation here, you're going to want to shift all the way over to this wall, and you're going to make some holes. Now, one thing you want to do, it's a default rotate or reinforcement, is you're going to want to reinforce these walls. I see a lot of coffins not doing this, and they get wall banged or shot from behind because it's not reinforced. Make sure it's reinforced. And then once you're done reinforcing that, you can come all the way back here to these soft walls, and you're gonna want to reinforce this one and the next one, stopping any attic clickers or termites or nothing else. Next thing you want to do is reinforce this. Very crucial step. Stops pushes, stops a lot of things. Now, this is optional. You can do this if you want. It doesn't matter. But making holes right. This way, you can peek all the way out here in that door. Of course, you can barricade these stuff off if you want. It's optional. It's not like you don't have to do it, but you can. Definitely can. And yes, this is basic reinforcement, rotation. Also, this is another thing you could do. You can reinforce this wall just for extra support and rotation like this. And yeah, that'll do it. Okay, now that we're on Oregon, the first thing you're going to be able to do here is just make a rotation right here on this wall. There we go. Now that we've done that, you can make your way over to these walls. There's two options you could do. you can either reinforce all of these, as so. So reinforce this one, reinforce these, and then you can make a hole right here. This would be for taking control right here of the stairs, on these windows, everything here, or you could just reinforce it. I like to stick with the reinforcement because it's safer. Yeah, I definitely do like to stick with reinforcing. It's way safer and way better for site control. Okay, so I have no idea why my headset cut out, but what you're not gonna do is don't make the rotation on the right side. It's very vulnerable to attackers coming in. You can easily get shot while trying to rotate. I would make it on the left, much safer option, way better for rotating. It's much safer, and you have the advantage on your attackers. You could actually reinforce this if you wanted to. Reinforcing this just stops wall damage from happening while trying to rotate. As you can see, from an attacker's POV, like, so it looks like. Oh, cheers for the lag there. So yeah. One more thing you can do is make a rotation right here, but I do not recommend it at all. It leaves you vulnerable to this door, this window, this door. It's only good in certain site setups, certain scenarios, certain strats. But I would not recommend doing that. I would recommend just reinforcing it. We're going to make our way over to these back walls over here in office. Now what you're going to want to do is reinforce these left side walls. Both of them. Now you're going to make your way over to this wall. This right wall on this wall. You're going to reinforce it. And then you're going to make your head holes right here. This stops anyone pushing from this door, that door, these stairs, over here, that window, a lot of spots. It's a very well-known head holes on this map. Very great. Alright, now that we're in wine cellar and garage, the first step you're going to do here is you're going to go all the way over here. Someone on your team needs to get this hatch right here. You're going to reinforce these two walls. These are mandatory. This is like the main thing you should be doing. The only thing that's like really necessary. Once you're done this, you're going to make your way all the way over here. You're going to reinforce these two walls.
Op 4 hazardous user.
And there we go. And there we go. Now you're going to make your way to these two walls right next to tarp door. You're going to reinforce these. You could reinforce like this and then put like a mirror and then put shotgun holes here or the other way around. Or you could just leave it like this, but I do recommend just reinforcing it. It's a much better idea. Now, one thing you could do with a mirror strategy or something else, you could do this. You're gonna want to make those here anyways. We're gonna make a rotation. There we go. And if you have a mirror here, you can make this mirror beach. Something like that. There's a lot of things you could do there. Also, you're going to want to teammate to reinforce this hatch right here. I recommend barricading this any day of the week, just so you can hear if they push wine cellar. And that is pretty much it for here. Very simple site setup, pretty much just basic. It's just like all the things you need to get done. There's no really extra things here. I mean, maybe if you want, you can reinforce this. And, like, it doesn't really matter there. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, if that video helped you at all in any way, you know, or just teaching you how to reinforce, make sure to just subscribe or like, just show some support. It really helps.